If I were 35, stuck on a salary, this is exactly how I would retire by 45. Most 35-year-olds today want financial peace, but very few, unfortunately, will ever retire early. Not because they are lazy, but because they are trapped in 4 invisible prisons. So if I were 35 today, stuck on a salary, working hard, and wondering if I will ever get out, here is exactly what I'll do to retire in 10 years or less. It's not going to be by guessing, it's not going to be by hustling, it's not by praying, but by rebuilding my money mindset. And besides, in addition to mindset, structures, putting structure to the way I make money, putting systems in place from the ground up. That's what I will do for the next 10 years. Because the truth is, most people working 9 to 5 will never retire free. They will age into frustration, they will run out of strength before they run out of bills. But it doesn't have to be you. But look around you. Look around you. There's so many 45-year-olds and people in their 50s who are not even retired. And I want to say upfront that when I say retirement, I'm not talking about the sort of mindset and image people have of retirement, that, you retire at 65, at 70, and then you become tired. You just retire to one village or location, and then that's it. No. Retirement is something active. Retirement is not passive. Retirement is what allows you to stop working for money, to stop pursuing money, and to start focusing on your purpose. For instance, I have met people who want to start orphanages. There's so many of the orphan problem in the world today is a lot, whether it's in Asia or South America or in Africa. There are orphans, little babies, whose parents died in war or something, and there are children roaming around the whole place that need help. And you've always had heart for these children. But you see, you can't do that right now because you have to wake up every day at 4 a.m. to prepare for your 9 to work and then 9 to 5. And then by 10 p.m., these days that we work remotely, you are preparing reports and presentations for the next day. You can't do that. So retirement, I have to say upfront, allows you to live out your purpose, allows you to enjoy art. Many of us never have time to enjoy art. You're busy at work 9 to 5, so there's no time to enjoy art, there's no time to enjoy music, there's no time to enjoy literature, there's no time to interact with other cultures, to travel around the world, eat their food, meet the different people, see the world, because you're not retired. But let me start with the 4 mental traps that keep most 45-year-olds stuck. And then these 4 mental traps are there to make sure that you don't retire in the next 10 years. So the trap number 1 is what I call the not yet excuse. What does this mental trap say? It says, I will start investing when I earn more. I hear it all over the place in the comments on my videos on YouTube, on TikTok, internet, and people say, I don't earn enough money. I will start investing when I earn more. And do you know what this translates to? It means I will fix the roof when the rain stops. Can you imagine how that sounds? I will fix the roof when the rain stops. You do not invest when it is comfortable. You invest so that one day you can stop fighting to survive like you are doing today. So because that day never comes when you will earn enough to start investing. That day will never come. So wealth does not come from waiting. It comes from starting small and starting now. Type it in the comment section. Starting small, starting now. The future does not wait for your raise. It responds to your readiness. So that is mental trap number 1. The mental or the psychological barrier number 2, keeping 35-year-olds stuck and never able to retire, even in their 60s, is salary as identity. Many people have made their salary their identity. And what does this excuse say? It says, I earn 6 figures, therefore I'm doing okay. So as I move around, I meet young people earning like the amount of money, the kind of money you only dream about. Young people in their 30s, 35, earning lots of money because they work remotely and they earn money in dollars and also earn money in their local currency. So they are very, very wealthy. They are earning a lot. And so you say, I earn 6 figures, therefore I'm okay. Oh, you might be okay today, but you are just professionally dressed for a financial trap. Okay, so if your lifestyle keeps growing with your income, you are just a high earning spender. That's what you should call yourself, because sometimes when you call yourself the right thing, it actually helps you to wake up. All right, so you are a high earning spender. Don't call yourself high income earner. You are a high earning spender. If your entire life is built on a paycheck, you don't have income, you have dependence. And there's a huge difference between income and dependence. So if you depend on that check, just that one check, it's called dependence, not income. And every month you have to borrow confidence from your employer. That's what it is. So if they can stop your income with one email, you are not free, you are rented. So most of us in 9 to 5 are not free. We are just rented, because they can wake up one day, one email, that's it. And that email might just be 2 words. What are those 2 words? You're fired, and that's it. So you're rented. Barrier number 3, the prison, mental prison number 3, psychological barrier that can keep you working for the rest of your life and never retire, is the fear of looking stupid. What does this fear say? I don't want to lose money. Yeah, so you don't want to lose money. So instead, what do you lose? You lose time. You lose opportunity. You lose financial future quietly. That's not wisdom. It's paralysis wearing a tie. And by the way, you are already losing money through inflation, through debt, through delay. You're already losing money. So fear isn't protection. It's poverty in disguise. The person who tries to avoid losing $10,000 in a bad investment often loses $1 million to inaction. Many of us never sit down to cost our inaction. We think that we are safe just because we are not taking action. We think that we are safe just because we are not investing, because we are not, so I'll keep my money under my mattress. But sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, inaction costs more than taking action. What is the prison, mental prison number 4? And this one is really a very bad one. Is the mental prison that says, is the too late lie. Okay, so I call it the too late lie. What does this mental prison say? It says, I should have started in my 20s. It's late. I'm 35 now. I should have started earlier. Yes, you should have. But the deeper truth is that regret is not a retirement plan. Just sitting down there moaning, oh, I'm 35 now. I wish I started in my 20s. And especially when you go online and then you see a 24-year-old, who just bought a massive property because this guy did crypto, or maybe he invested in stocks, or maybe he's involved in some, digital marketing or selling some digital asset. And then the 25, 26-year-old comes and it's really living good. There are many people who are 25, 26 doing very well, legitimate income, through the modern means of creating wealth. And then you are 35. You look at yourself, you say, oh, I'm too old. I should have started in my 20s. Okay, so regret is not a retirement plan. You didn't start in your 20s. But 35 is not old either. But it is dangerous if you keep playing safe. 35 is dangerous if you keep playing 5. 35 is still young if you're ready to move with urgency. And then the other thing to consider is, I move around and I see obituaries. You would even actually expect that people die early these days because of all the so-called economic challenges all over the world. But there have always been times of difficulty in the world, followed by times of abundance, followed by, So you would imagine that people are actually dying younger these years. But I see obituaries, people in their 90s, and sometimes, people in their 80s are literally dying young because there are people living over 100. So if you're 35, chances are you're still going to be here for another 60 years. You're still going to be here for another 60 years. So you are not late. You are feeling this way because you just woke up financially. So you're just financially awake. It's not too late. It's only too late if you die broke with your dreams still locked up inside you. So now you've heard the psychological traps, the mental traps that are keeping you stuck at 45, keeping you stuck in a 9 to 5 where you're not seeing too much hope, and then every day is basically, you're living to pay bills, you're living from hand to mouth, and then every month, end of the month, you're waiting for that psychological set point, for the credit alert to fall from your employer. And then, so your employer has to open his hands before you can eat. That's a terrible situation. So what should you do starting from today? Because if I'm 35 years all over again, the plan I'm going to give you right now is exactly what I will follow to retire at 45. The step number 1 is to cut the fat, not just the budget. Cut the fat. Strip your expenses down to peace and purpose. Cut ego buys. What does this mean? Every money you spend should be spent on peace, your financial peace. Don't buy things that are not contributing to your financial peace. Many of you have never had financial peace since you bought iPhone. Is it 16 now or 17? Since you bought it, iPhone 15, you've never had financial peace. Since you bought that car, that expensive car, you've not had financial peace. Sure, when you are riding around and then carrying the babies and then around town, people will be hailing you, but inside you, you're dying. You're dying of anxiety and frustration. And then that car breaks down and then there's a part to replace. I saw a guy today. I went to do my car. So 2 things happened. I observe a lot. I'm a student of life. So this guy came with his car and he needed parts. And then the mechanic told him this part is going to be 70K. That guy did not have the 70K. And he'd been coming for days. He needed to change that particular thing, and 70K. He was moaning. He was lying down there. He would wake up. He would dream, wake up and all that. Mechanic was waiting. His car was there. Guys, that's not peace. Don't buy things that rob you of your peace. And so everything you spend should contribute to your peace and contribute to your purpose. The other young guys there, in fact, the mechanics, a client brought a particular BMW model to their workshop. I didn't overheard them, telling each other, my God, I want to have this car. If only I have this amount of money now, I will buy this car straight. And these are ego buys. Anytime you make an ego buy, make note of this. Anytime you make an ego buy, you are taking from your future. You're making your future poorer. Every ego buy makes your future poorer. So before you buy that expensive wristwatch, expensive clothes, my goodness, there are good clothes and they don't have to be that expensive. They don't have to break your bank account. They don't have to take up half of your salary. Because margin is the birthplace of wealth. And then I have been teaching you to live 2 degrees of lifestyle below your income. What does that mean? If your income is $1,000, plan your lifestyle around $500, $600, and then keep that margin of $400, because margin is the birthplace of wealth. That's where your wealth is going to come from, because wealth never comes from what you earn. Wealth is not your income. Wealth comes from what you keep. And people don't know the difference. This mindset will totally transform the way you look at your approach to your wealth creation. Wealth is not what you're earning. That you're earning 6 figures now from that tech job you're doing, from all this remote work. That's not wealth. Wealth is how much of it you are able to keep and then multiply. Okay? So you are not broke. You are just busy buying things that numb your financial anxiety. So cancel vanity and fund vision. Live 2 degrees below so you can rise above, because the fastest way to feel rich is to stop impressing poor minds. I forget how somebody said it. I think it was Dave Ramsey or so. That people spend money to buy what they don't need to impress people whom they don't like, or something like that. Type it if you know it, how he put it better. All right. So people spend money that they don't have to impress people that they don't like, and who don't even care about them. The fastest way to feel rich is to stop impressing poor minds. What's going to be my step? If I'm 35 and then I definitely desire to retire in the next 10 years. Step number 2, I will build money making skill that I can scale. The ways to make money have been so democratized in today's world that literally, if you are not making money, creating wealth, literally, it's your fault. Because technology and the financial markets have totally democratized wealth creation. You can literally, with just a laptop or with your phone, in your sitting room, an internet connection, trade your way to millions every single day. And you do not have to have a degree to do that. So build a money-making skill. Stop begging your employer for a raise. Build a skill, something you can monetize on your own terms. There are people, the 9-to-5ers, all their focus is to get a raise. It's okay to get a raise, but how? You can never get wealthy through getting a raise. How? Because your employer can never raise you higher than the business, than the organization. You can never become richer than your employer. You can't. I work for Shell. There's no way I could have become richer than Shell working for Shell. So the goal is not to earn more at your job. The goal is to become unfireable from life. Okay? Because like I said, if they can fire you with just an email, you are rented. You're just being rented. You don't have income. So now, when you build a money-making skill that you can scale, it could be writing, it could be coaching, it could be marketing, it could be design, it could be sales, it could be tech, and it could also be trading skills, financial trading skills. So your salary will now pay the bills, but your skill will fund your freedom. It will fund your retirement. Why? Because skills are the new retirement account. Type it in the comment section. I want you to make it your own by typing it. Skills are the new retirement account. The more you own in terms of skills, the freer you become. Okay, so stop just going for certification that will help you get a raise. Go for skills that will allow you to earn money outside of your 9-to-5. That's step number 2. The third thing I'm going to do is to start what I would call retire by 45 war chest. And then for someone, so if you are 40, you can make it retire by 50. So whatever age you are right now, put some 7 to 10 years. Like my mentor told me, Ogbo, that 10 years, he actually said 25, speaking to people who were teenagers or people in their 20s. So, but where you are right now, 10 years is enough time for anyone in any part of the world to become financially free. Believe you me. If you do these things, I'm going to give you step number 4 that will cement what I just told you. That 10 years is enough for anyone in any part of the world to become financially free if you know what you're doing. And then one of the things you really want to do is to set up, that retire by 45 war chest. So every extra dollar, extra CD, extra euro, extra rand, extra naira, after surviving, goes into that war chest. It's a war chest. That's where you have the ammunitions to fight for your future, to fight for your financial peace, in the future. So that's why you call it war chest. So that's where you're going to build your stocks, your treasury bills, your real estate, your digital assets. Okay? Not in one place, but in a system. So that war chest is actually a system. So every amount of money that comes your way that is not tied to survival, to paying bills, to buying food, to paying for energy, paying for rent, it goes into that war chest. So think of it as your rescue money. So don't save to feel good, invest to feel free. So there are all kinds of investment vehicles you can start with, your treasury bills or government bonds, you can call your peace fund. Your index funds or stocks, you can call your growth fund. Your real estate or digital assets, you can call your cash flow funds. For instance, I have some digital assets that people literally order every day, from the seller platform. And so money comes in every day. It trickles in. So money that doesn't grow is just paper delaying your pain. So start your war chest. Step number 4, and perhaps the most important, that ties all of them together, is automate and repeat for 10 years. You won't need 40 years of work. You just need 10 years of discipline. So you can either sacrifice for 10 years or suffer for 40 years. So the difference between the stuck and the free is 10 years of doing the right thing repeatedly. So automate 3 things, because there are 3 wealth building skills, only 3 wealth building skills. Whether you're talking about Warren Buffett, or you're talking about Elon Musk, or you're talking about Ogbo, you're talking about yourself, or you're talking about Dangote, there are only 3 wealth building skills. The skill number 1 is a skill to make money. And I've already told you in step 3 to build high income skills. You need skills to make money. There are some people who are very good at making money. They have the skills to make money. But see, making money is not enough if you don't have the second skill, which is the skill to manage money. Have you seen people who make lots of money, but they can't manage it? Managing is where you are able to allocate what comes in to their proper place. And like I told you in step 1, you are investing in your peace and then investing in purpose. So managing money involves budgeting, allocating the resources, setting up your freedom fund, developing your living 2 degrees below your income and all that, managing the money. Because if you don't manage it, you will lose it. And some people's problem is they can make the money, but they can't manage it. And then the third skill, because they all build on one another. If you can't manage money, you can't do the third skill. The third skill is to multiply money. So multiplying money now involves, how do you invest money? How do you turn it around? How do you make $10 to become $12? How do you turn $12 into $60? That's the skill. So those are the 3 skills, and they build on one another. You can't have one without the other. For instance, if you don't earn the money, there'll be nothing to manage. And if you can't manage it, there will be nothing to multiply. So automate the way you earn money, automate the way you save, and automate the way that you invest. So consistency is what turns slow money into fast freedom. A lot of people complain, oh, I'm a civil servant and I earn such and such amount of money, and it's never enough to take me to the end of the month. So how can I invest? And then someone says, I'm a civil servant, so even if I save the 10% you're talking about, freedom fund, that is going to be too small to invest in anything. And that's the mistake, many people, 35 years old, stuck in their salary job, that's the mistake they make. They say, oh, it's too small to invest, not realizing that the secret is not the size, the amount of money, but the discipline, the consistency of, even if that what you have, what comes in at the end of a month is $10 or $20, don't look down on it. Money is powerful. Money properly invested has a way of attracting itself. And that money can work for you. See, because that $10 a month that you consistently invest, say into index fund or into stocks or into something, and then you consistently do it, within 3 to 5 years, you will shock yourself what $10 have been able to do. One lady who attended the Financial Fitness Challenge, that is my mentorship group, I think she was in the cohort 1 or cohort 2. She said something that inspired and edified all the people who were in the group. She said, because I told people, look, start saving to invest, because you never really know when you start saving this little amount of money, what money can do. So she said that she started saving, and that within 2 years that she was so shocked how much money she had saved. She started a retail business, and the business had grown, and the amount of money she was saving consistently was very small. So because the secret of money, the secret of wealth is compound interest. So don't say it's small, just automate it. Be consistent. Don't look at other people investing millions. Just stick to your lane. Don't compare yourself and compare your journey to other people. That is something about also automating. Define your own path. Define, okay, every month I'm going to invest this $5 or this $10 or this $100 consistently every month in very, very high quality dividend paying stocks. And of course, you can learn more about investing in the stock market from my videos. There's a playlist on my YouTube channel just dedicated to investing in the stock market. You can learn a lot there. Do it consistently, and then you will amaze yourself. So if you're 35, you're stuck and you're scared. I get it, because I've been there. I remember when I was 35 myself. But you don't need more hustle. What you need is a wealth strategy that works even while you sleep. Because if you're not making money right now, as a 35-year-old, if you're not making money in your sleep, there is danger. That is, the red lights are flashing. The red lights are flashing. Danger, danger, danger. Your future is in danger. Your future is in danger. So anytime you lie down and you're not making money, you are in big danger. So you need to settle that. Now, so there are two ways you can implement what I've just taught you. As a 35-year-old, there are two ways you can implement it. You can do it yourself. And I have lots of free resources on my YouTube channel. I have over 600 free videos there, like this particular one, that will change your mindset. And then some of them also don't change your mindset. They also have worksheets attached to them that you can download and use it to implement your wealth building strategy. That is one way. Second thing you can do is to join my paid mentorship group. We hold it every single month. It's called the Financial Fitness Challenge. And we do three things in the Financial Fitness Challenge. We help you to assess your current financial situation. Because if you don't even know what your current net worth is, you don't know what your current financial status is, and you don't know what were the things that have been sabotaging your financial life for the past 30-something years, then chances are that you continue to repeat that same thing, because the reason you are where you are today is because you've been doing the same thing. So the Financial Fitness Challenge actually opens your eyes, gives you the consciousness to what's been sabotaging your finances. Because if you don't deal with them, the thing sabotaging your finances today will be sabotaging it in another 5 years, and we continue to sabotage it in another 10 years until you find that you've run out of energy and run out of strength. So that's the first thing we do to actually help you, because most people don't even know what their net worth is, and they don't have it written down, they don't have it calculated, and know your financial situation, to know what are your strengths, what are the strengths that have made you most money, and what are the weaknesses, what are your threats and opportunities. So you get that. Second thing we do in the Financial Fitness Challenge is to help you define, okay, what does financial success mean to you? A lot of people don't know what financial success means to them. And you don't want to let the society define financial success, to you. You've got to be able to define it for yourself. What is financial success? What does it mean to you? Because when you don't, you'll be comparing yourself to all the things, all the flex culture and the glamour that you see on social media. 90-something% of those things are fake. It's not real life. And then you'll be busy also comparing yourself with your neighbor, comparing your car with your neighbor's car, with your colleague's car, comparing your house with other people's house. That's a horrible way to live. You will never get financial peace comparing yourself with other people. So Financial Fitness Challenge will help you to define what is financial success to you. You define it. So you're able to say, okay, I am successful when. You define all that. And then the third thing that we do for you, that I do for you, help you to do as a coach during the Financial Fitness Challenge, is to now create a path, like this 10-year path that we've just talked about, to create a path from where you are today to where you're going to be. You've got to choose a vehicle. You've got to be able to choose a strategy. You've got to be able to build a system that can make it happen. So it's not enough just having financial goals, defining your financial success. You've got to implement. You've got to act. And that's where a lot of people stuck. They don't implement, and then they don't also have accountability. So because what happens is that in the Financial Fitness Challenge group, you hold one another accountable. And then people join from different places. We have people joining from the United States, from Sweden, from Europe, from Ghana, from South Africa. So it's a very rich group coming from diverse backgrounds: medical doctors, engineers, accountants, lawyers, everybody, teachers. We have all of them in the Financial Fitness Mentorship Group. It is paid for. And so If you're ready to stop working for money and start making your money work for you, and you're ready to actually create a system to help you retire in 10 years, then send me payment details. Just type send me payment details and send to this WhatsApp number, +234 8088 000 111. That is +234 8088 000 111. And then you can get started like literally in 5 minutes after paying. So because 45 doesn't have to look like survival. Look around you. There's so many people in their 45, in their 50s, in their 60s, still struggling, still trying to solve problems that they should have solved 20 years earlier. It doesn't have to be you. It can look like freedom. And then it doesn't come from hustling. It comes from building a system that will help you get you to your financial goals. And whatever happens, keep showing up, because you never know what's coming your way next. And I'll see you in the next video.